Hi folks, I hope you're doing fantastic today. This is Show, and I'll be playing a domination in Derail today. This is going to be a really game-based commentary. A little bit of a tutorial, not much. Just wanted to try something a little bit different than what we have been doing. So for my setup, I'm going to be using the 357 kill streak. That'll be UAV, Predator Missile, and Harriers. For my class setup, I have the MP5K with holographic and the Red Tiger because, of course, it is absolutely beautiful. Sidearms going to be the PP2K, silenced, of course, just to be, that sneaky sneak. And my perks are going to be Marathon, Hardline, Scrambler. I have them all pro'd, but it doesn't matter in the slightest. As you might have noticed already, I'm going very objective-based in this game. I help to capture A, and I move with our teammate here to B. One thing whenever you're going for a very objective-based game is you can't really worry too much about your kill death. You can't really worry about dying too much or getting a ton of kills or kill streaks, and that's one of the reasons my kill streaks were set so low. Because if you stress too much about kills and deaths and things like that, you're going to end up taking your focus away from the objectives, which is your main goal, and to try to win. Our team ends up totally crushing them. I believe it ends up being something like 201 to 112, something like that at the end. And I do end up going above even, so a little bit positive. And that's good. I mean, whenever you can go positive and really, really help out with your team, I feel like that's a true win. You can see I'm about to completely capture C on my own, which is awesome. And what I do here is I just kind of hang around, protect the area a bit until my team can get here. And we actually start spawning back here. And within the first, 2 minutes of the game, when you're spawning on the other team's side, that's some great momentum for domination. So I do die here and I spawn over towards A. And what I do is I run up the middle, and I just kind of lay down for a second, waiting to see if anyone's going to go and capture B. No one really goes there, but I start to move, and here comes this guy, get the defensive kill, and reload and back towards this building. As I'm moving around this game, I do a lot of through buildings and around the outside of the map kind of movement. That's really, really good gameplay for pretty much any mode, especially games like TDM and free-for-all. If you stay on the outside of the map, that kind of keeps you from getting shot in the back, keeps you from dying in ways that you normally would if you moved right up the middle. And you'll see that most of my deaths actually occur towards the middle of the map, towards B, and in that building that I just ran through. Right here, this guy kind of traps me in the corner, but I get out because I'm just that talented, and I get totally wrecked by this guy. But that's alright. As you can see, the enemy recaptures C. So I start to kind of push back for that. I'm not as worried going towards the middle of the map because I know that they're all pretty much centered towards C. I get this guy, he's a little scraggler, kind of shooting at my team, and I get the little protection, But I try to shoot this guy through the fence, and you can see they are all spawning in there, so it's extremely crowded, and there were, I think, 4 guys in that kill cam. It's crazy back there, so I try chucking a Semtex in. Don't even get a hit marker, which is really disappointing. And here I freak out a little bit, throw my grenade, shoot, knife, rage just a bit. Back here I get back to that sort of side of the map tactics. I take this little gully, but I end up getting shot by a little sniper who was coming up the way, and I didn't see him. But that basic strategy is going to get you through any kind of objective game. As long as you really have your goal in mind, like right now I'm really trying to push towards C. I'm taking a little bit more carefully here, going through this building and trying not to die from shotguns anymore, but that Spas 12 guy really has it out for me. But if you really just keep that goal in mind, you're going to end up winning, pretty much. My team doesn't do a whole lot of pushing towards objectives. Not that they were bad, not that they were fantastic. But I was really the one who was going out and trying to capture these things. And as you could see, it paid off. That 2-to-1 ratio of points at the end. 200 to 100 is just awesome. Right here, I pull out my Stinger class to try to take out that chopper gunner. They end up getting a bunch of kill streaks coming up here, and it's really bad for our team. As you can see, they take over A2. So at this point, I'm getting a little bit worried. I'm like, oh man, they're dominating now. What's going to happen? Blah, 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 blah. They call in another helicopter. And at this point, I'm like, oh, we're definitely going to lose. But I do bring back out the MP5 because someone else takes down the helicopter, actually. And I just kind of move back into my objective gameplay. Start making that push towards C again. Taking this outside corner of the map. Now, I'm not really sure where they're centered at the moment because no one's using UAV on my team. So I'm kind of blind right now. I'm being a little bit careful, checking corners, all that. I see one of my buddies come through here, so I decide, okay, it must be safe to capture. I watch this entrance because I know that's probably the biggest way to get in here. Not too many people come in from the right side, like where I'm looking right now. It seems like a lot try to sneak in that back way over there. Kind of speaking about like just the map and way it's set up. Derail is one of my least favorite maps, I'd say, on this game. But yeah, and Painkiller saves me there. Alright, go Death Streaks. But Derail is definitely not one of my favorite maps on this game. But it's just something that you gotta kind of push through, and same with Modern Warfare 3 coming out. I haven't played a ton of it. I don't know the maps all that well, but obviously there's gonna be ones that you do and don't like as you go through the game, and it really sucks whenever you get pounded with that back-to-back-to-back bad maps, especially for certain game modes, because some maps are just made for certain games. Like, bigger maps are made a lot more for like really big team-based games like Ground War and things like that, where you get the TDM and domination. But whenever you're going huge maps on a search and destroy, it honestly just gets really tedious trying to look for people and check your back, plant the bomb, all of that stuff. But yeah, so you just have to use the outside of your map to your advantage. Know where really good choke points are, somewhat like how I was looking at that door over there, where I said that most people come from. That would be considered a choke point because that's where a lot of people. And right here, I actually kill this guy a bunch of times. He gets very angry and just keeps coming up. I do a little Assassin's Creed shit right here. Oh, smooth. Come back up the steps, and I pop him right in the back, which is just fun times. But getting back to what I was saying, know where the choke points are and know where the spawn points are. That is probably the best advice I can give. And maybe if you guys comment or message us or something, we could even do some spawn point videos where we kind of show the map and show where each spawn point is on that map. I feel like just knowing those honestly improves your gameplay so much, because you can kind of sit back and say, well, I know someone can definitely spawn behind me, and since they have C, they could easily kill me from the back, so why don't I move a little bit and get in a position where I could still cover where I'm looking and kind of cover that spawn point too. And that right there will just be fantastic for you. Another thing that's helpful is with free-for-alls. If you know the spawn points, a lot of the times whenever you spawn in with free-for-all, especially on Modern Warfare 2, is you could honestly just lay down and within 30 seconds 2 people are going to run right by you, just because of the way that they use up every spawn point, and a lot of them are really clustered together. So if you run out within the first 30 seconds of that free-for-all, odds are you're probably going to get shot from about 3 different angles and die, which is not fun and not what a lot of people shoot for, as much as I love dying and losing free-for-alls. I'm not the biggest fan of free-for-all, just for the fact that it's a little bit too hectic for me. I like having that kind of team to rely on a little bit, but at the same time, just sort of, with team-based games, it ends up being half the team owns one half of the field, and then the other half owns the other half, obviously. But, yeah, it's enough talk about that. I'll get into that maybe in another video. But, as you can see, the final score, I did go positive, and our team won. So, I believe a great end to that. I had a lot of captures and a lot of kills. So enjoy your day, guys. I hope you like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you guys gotta do. Thank you, and good night.